Previously on Tekking101 Bleach Reviews. Hey there, buddy. Been a while, hasn't it? Oh, hey there, man. Been a while, hasn't it? So what's going on? How you been? Oh, well, you know, aside from being chased by dragons and giant snakes through an insurmountable dungeon, and then having to escape only to be chased by an outer god from a different dimension who sent me into a realm of complete blood-soaked nightmares for a couple of days, then again in a different dimension it's more like an eternity. Yeah, aside from all that, I'm feeling pretty peachy, dude. How about you? Well, sorry to hear that. Well, you know, I'd love to stay in chat, but I have a thing I need to... Shit. Oh, he's such a funny guy. Shit. Oh, why do these things keep coming back to bite me in the ass? I don't know, maybe because you keep waving it in front of the tiger's mouth? Oh, yeah, real funny. Well, good luck trying to get in here, buddy. That's a metal door, and that's locked on the out... Oh, hacks! I call hacks! No, you know, that's fair game. You're the one that threw this thing away in the first place. Yeah, well, yeah, I threw it away because it was useless. How'd you even fix the freaking thing? Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe because I'm smart! Okay, I should figure that out. Okay, look, dude, listen, I'm willing to compromise here, okay? What do you want from me? I want you to die! Okay, that's fair enough. I'm not putting that off the table. It's still up there for discussion. But how about instead of that, we just have me, I don't know, I hate wasps. You can throw me in a cage with, like, one wasp. Change that number from a 1 to 1,000, and we got a deal. No, because that, once again, would go back to the whole me dying deal. Calm down, you friggin' wimp. I'm not gonna kill you just now. No, first things first, I am gonna do the thing that I originally wanted to do before you chucked me into a dungeon filled with man-eating lizards. I am going to do a Bleach review. Okay, that's going too far, dude. You are not using my studio. Do you know how much time and effort I have put into making my Bleach videos in there? Oh my god, would you freaking get over yourself? You act like Bleach reviewing is some higher form of art that the greatest figures of mankind will look back on and appreciate with such awe and amazement. Oh, look at this. Michelangelo's David. Oh, look, Tekking101's Bleach review of chapter 500 whatever. Those are truly the masterminds of our time. Bleach reviews are probably the most basic, redundant things on the planet that don't freaking matter. Literally anyone that reads Bleach, has at least 2 brain cells, and has a camera can do it. You're not that special. Oh, dude, man. That hurts. That really hurts. Wait a second, even the Elite Ace? Yeah, alright, the Elite Ace, he's pretty good. He's the one exception, but that's it. Yeah, okay, good. At least we can both agree on that. Yeah, Ace is pretty awesome. He's pretty good. Okay, buddy, so don't think about going anywhere because I've already locked all the doors and windows in the entire house. And you just sit tight while I make a video. Might want to get your eulogy ready. For yourself. Because you're gonna die, just in case you forgot that. So that's everything that happened after chapter 529, huh? Didn't really miss much, did I? Hey everybody, Smart Tekking here to review Bleach chapter number 529 entitled Everything But the Rain 2. So we open on the Ho-Ho-Den, where Nimai and Renji are talking about how Ichigo wasn't able to survive the trials with the Asasuchi. Nimai is questioning Renji of why he didn't stop him, you know, with him, like, using a roar ability and sending Ichigo into a different dimension, but he states that Renji knows the same truth that Nimaya does, that there's nothing they could do in the matter. He goes on a monologue about the Asasuchi in a little bit more greater detail, and he states that all Shinigami, without question, can only unlock their Zanpakutos through an Asasuchi. This has been a big question that's been going on. I mean, I, of course, know the answer, but it would just go way over your head. So I will dumb it down for you as simply as possible. Shinigami need to find an Asasuchi somehow. In some cases, such as Kenpachi Zaraki's case, they just took it off their corpse. They don't have to get it through any kind of special means. Like I said, it's a blank slate. It's not like a Zanpakuto. It doesn't have any connection with you. You could just pick it up and basically just start pouring your Ryatsu into it, and then over time, it will eventually turn into a Zanpakuto. It's also a very important point at this place, because we now learn that the Zero Squad Division members also have Zanpakutos. However, we still have no idea how their Zanpakutos work. For example, most common Shinigami have a sealed state, Shikai and Bankai. But then we get exceptions like Isshin and Ichigo that have like a final form. So, you know, it's possible, actually more than likely, that they might have some other kind of form or extended ability with their Zanpakuto. Even without that, they would still be major badasses without that, though. Nimaya concludes by saying that no one, not even one Shinigami ever in existence, even the most, I guess this includes everybody, so Yamamoto, Unohana, even the most skilled Shinigami in existence, were never able to achieve getting a Zanpakuto without this Asasuchi. That is basically why he's such a big deal, because, like, the god of the sword. So then we get the chapter, Bleach 529, Everything But the Rain 2, The Rudiments. So we go back in time. I'm not exactly sure how, although at the end of the chapter we will learn that this is after Turn Back the Pendulum. So anywhere from, well, Turn Back the Pendulum took, what, 110 years in the past to 100 years? So anywhere from 100 years to now. So, you know, 40s or 60s. Take your pick, I guess. So we get a look at the 10th Division Vice Captain and also Center for Everything Yuri-related in Bleach, Rangiku Matsumoto, who kind of looks like she's posing in a shampoo commercial right now. Deep cleaning action with a soft cherry blossom scent. That's Rangiku's brand. She is engaging in typical shenanigans with her current captain, who she has to knock out of a tree. And then we learn, big shocker, it is actually Captain Shiba, or Isshin Shiba! You know what? I just learned about the whole Shiba thing like literally 2 minutes ago, and I'm not even surprised by this. Is anyone surprised by this? No? I kinda was. Shut up! Okay, now at this point I would go on and say that that guy was correct about thinking Isshin was member of the 10th Division and that he used to be a Shiba. But I figured this out so long ago that it's not even worth bringing up. Okay, moving on. So they continue a little bit of back and forth. Yeah, it's not much to really talk about here. Actually, it's kind of interesting, because a lot of times whenever we meet new characters or we go back into the past, like the first chapter is just devoted to just playing around and just having fun. He's like, oh, it's funny because we have different kind of mannerisms, you know, that kind of sort of thing, and then we don't get into the actual meat of the flashback arc and whatever until the next chapter. Like, look at the Turn Back to Pendulum, for example. The first chapter of Turn Back to Pendulum was just to introduce all the characters where they're playing their roles. Like, not even all the characters were introduced, and just like playing around, like, oh, Shinji and Hiyori have kind of a thing because it's funny because they have a thing in the present. Like, that's how it is. So that's pretty much what this chapter is, just like banter, pretty much. Rangiku! Because of the time you spent chasing me around, your boobs are all shiny. So we get a look at the rest of the 10th Division, and we find out that Toshiro is in fact the 3rd seed at this time. Okay, it's especially funny here because, as you can probably imagine, the way Rangiku and Isshin are, they're never the ones to deal with any of the paperwork in the division. It's always Toshiro. So when Isshin sees this, Toshiro picks him up like a child, and he's just like, "Ah, cool, you can be captain one day." And Toshiro agrees with him, like, completely. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna learn Bankai pretty soon, and let me tell you, when I figure that shit out, you are going to be stepping down as quickly as possible, because it's like a freaking 5-year-old runs our division. Then Toshiro states that there's something urgent that he has to discuss with the captain. Apparently, all told in Nakarashi City, 4 Shinigami have died, 2 months ago and 2 just last month. Ah yes, Nakarashi, a place that I'm familiar with quite well. If you would direct your attention to this map of Japan... Okay, fine, sorry, you're probably not very interested in my intelligence, although you should be. Nakarashi, in the context of Bleach anyway, is the place where the Fullbringers live, and where Ichigo went to go meet them for the first time after Ginjo first made contact with... Wait a second. If the Fullbringers were hiding out in that city, and 4 Shinigami have gone missing all of a sudden, then that can only mean... Caninus Lupus Familiaris. So in response to this, Ishin heads out on the battlefield. Rangiku and Toshiro are about to follow him, but Toshiro talks Rangiku back, stating with their current power level, they would only be in his way. So, apparently, obviously they're not as strong as they are right now, because, you know, it's a pack in the past. But Toshiro would probably still be pretty adept with his Shikai, but that's beside the point. I think what Mori's talking about here is maybe somehow, while reading his report, because Ishin run out so quickly, he figured out how strong they are, because we didn't know who these Shinigami were that were protecting the town, but if they were high enough level and they were defeated, or if they just gone missing, that is something to be worried about. So maybe that's the reason, like, he figured out how, oh, these guys have gone missing. Well, you know, there's no way we could take them out. It has to be a captain. So that's why Ishin heads out by himself to try to deal with it as quickly as possible. He says he'll be back in 2 days, which I'm sure nothing bad will happen in that time span. Heck, last time I went on an adventure for a couple of days, I just got kidnapped by an outer god from a different dimension and got sucked away to an abject realm of torture. You guys want to see a new trick I learned there?
You will fall into the void and die in every painful way possible. Your mother is dead. Your father is dead. Your beagle is dead. Everything is gone!
So we cut over to a mysterious room illuminated by only electrical equipment, where we get a look at Gin and Kaname before their time departing the Goti 13. They're stating that they're continuing their holification experiments on the halls in the world of the living, while another person appears before them. He states that soon they'll be able to find out where Shinji and the other visors are hiding out in the world of the living. And in typical Kira fashion, everything will go according to our plans. So big shocker, Sosuke Aizen will most likely be the main villain of this flashback arc too. And I must say that that is a brilliant decision. Aizen is my favorite villain. He is so cool. It's not just because of the glasses, although that's probably 95% of it. He is just so cool and suave and takes out every enemy that he can stand before him. No one can defeat Aizen. Except that one time when someone defeated Aizen, but that didn't count because he just still didn't die. Oh, fuck you, man. Soon. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter. One thing I have to mention here, a couple things that they touched upon were, number one, exactly what Ishin is going to go fight. They said that they're going to target holification on certain individuals, so like I figured, it's not going to be a standard holo that beat the crap out of Ishin last chapter. That's just not going to happen because he's a captain level Shinigami, so it's going to be some kind of, you know, kind of like, you know how back when Renji, Momo, and Izuru went to the world of the living, they encountered that huge hybrid holo that could turn off its Ryatsu. It was like, like Aizen mentioned when he was fighting against Ichigo and Rukia back in the Soul Society arc, that he tried many times to just twist around hollows and like mess with them and experiment with them, and he developed a bunch of them, like Metastasia, the one that killed Kaien. That was something that came from Aizen's creation, so this is probably also going to be something similar to that. I don't know if this is what that is, but it kind of looks like Fura, that thing that that Wonder Wise's pet back in the Fake Cartoon arc, so that might be a definite possibility. Also interesting is that Ishin, captain of the 10th Division, but also his vice captain is Rangiku, and that's weird because every single time Rangiku ever like mentions, like everyone's thinking like she has some kind of connection with Misaki because they look exactly alike. So people were saying like, oh, Rangiku is the soul incarnate of Misaki after she died, which in this chapter we learn that she is in fact not, because they lived in the same time period. But also with that, it's just interesting from Ishin's perspective because his wife looks a lot like his subordinate. I don't know if that would be considered interesting or just creepy. Oh, well, I guess it could be worse. So yeah, next chapter, what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to go and bridge what happened between this and last chapter. They're probably going to see Ishin going into the world of the living, fighting whatever it is that Aizen said had him, and maybe using his Shikai. That would be freaking badass if he tried that. And then falling, and Misaki comes at the very end. Maybe that's something like that. Also, with the whole Aizen thing, it was seen multiple times throughout the series, especially when he went to go meet Barragan back in the Fake Cartoon arc, that Aizen's been doing this for several years. He's been like traveling to Hueco Mundo for several years and just collaborating with them, making wrong cars on the sides. So it's funny that no one ever figured this out. I mean, well, absolute hypnosis, I guess they wouldn't be. I'm going to disappear for 5 days. I'm just out to get soda. Yes, Captain Aizen, you're just out to get soda. And he comes back. He's like, Captain Aizen, where's the soda? I drank it all on the way back. That would actually be very convenient to have a sword like that. Anyway, okay everyone, well that's the end of the chapter. I hope you enjoyed my Bleach Chapter 529 review. But now it's time that I go do something I should have done a long time ago. Take out the trash. Because he forgot to. Okay. Now I'm gonna go kill him.